Hello and welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic for an intriguing looking puzzle today recommended from the Discord server. So we'll get to that in a minute. I do want to thank and congratulate people who've sent in answers to the Groundhog Day puzzle. They have continued to pour in, and there will be a list of the last 24 hours successful solvers at the end of this video, as there have been for the last couple of days. Well done to all of those. Do think about joining us on Patreon if you haven't. A lot of those people said that this was the first Sudoku hunt they could have attempted since they joined and they loved it, or even that this was the first one they could do since they joined and they loved it. So it's been very popular. We're very pleased with that. Thanks to Sed Holosen for providing the puzzles. That was really good. And loads of other content on Patreon, of course. We did post the Spy Games Puzzle Hunt solution document just at the end of last month, just before this reward puzzle went live as well. And there are other videos and extra content. We do try to keep it fresh, so check it out. Also, our apps on the link under the video, they're all still available, all still popular. If you haven't got them yet, they're good puzzles. Now, I believe this is a good puzzle too. We get an occasional set of recommendations from some of the guys on Discord who sort of vote on puzzles and then let us know what the best are. And this one was popular in the last few weeks. It's by ZetaMath and it's called Kropki-esque polyominos. Now, if you're sending us puzzles, and many people do, and thank you for that, we can only include a few. We get sent a lot and we can only include a few on the channel. So please don't be saddened if your puzzle doesn't get selected. We suggest that you can send one a month if you want. And there are guidelines on the community tab of the channel as to how to send them. People who follow those guidelines will have better chances of their puzzles being selected. It's not mandatory, but better chances. And one of those guidelines is to keep the rule set simple, because we have to explain this rule set to people. We don't want to put off newcomers. Anybody who's sending a rule set with 7 or 8 different variant rules, that's not very likely to get picked, I have to tell you. Simon and myself might be able to work through it, but it's not likely to be popular. Now, with that in mind, there is a little bit more flexibility on things like Patreon puzzles, where we expect people to sort of have the time to absorb the rule set. And in the Discord recommendations, we might sometimes take something like this. Now, it's not actually overly complex, but it is new. So the rule set says that normal Sudoku rules apply, and the grid divides fully into polyominoes, each containing one circle and no repeated digits. So as we'll see in a moment, 3 of these have been provided already. Polyominoes of different sizes, 2, 6, and 8. Now, the circle digit in each polyomino indicates the number of cells in that polyomino, and white boxes appear in the grid to separate adjacent consecutive digits that share a polyomino. So those 2 are adjacent and in the same polyomino. Black cells, like these 2, black boxes, separate adjacent numbers which have a 1:2 ratio. So this is quite like Kropki. Those 2 cells must be 1 and 2, 2 and 4, 4 and 8, or 3 and 6. So must those, and we know that those must be in different polyominoes from the rule. Those clearly are already. All such boxes of both types are given, so there's negative constraints, but they only apply. I guess these 2 could be consecutive but in different polyominoes, or have a 1:2 ratio but be in the same one, and therefore they don't need a white or black square. So it's a slightly complicated relationship, but if you can understand that and the rules are fairly explicit, then great. Now, 3 polyominoes have already been given for us, including the unique smallest one, obviously this one, and the unique largest one, obviously this one. And those are the rules. So get your head around those. Feel free to give it a go on the link under the video. One more warning is that the recommendation said not all the deductions in this are trivial. That sounds like code for it's not a very easy puzzle to me, but let's see how we go. Give it a try if you feel up to it, and if not, watch my solve, because I'm going to try it now. So let's get cracking. And we can definitely start with filling in the numbers in the circles in these polyominoes. Those are 2 cells, 6 cells, and 8 cells large. Now the 8 is on a black box, so we can put a 4 next to it. The 2, yeah, well, the fact that we've been told that 2, there's only one 2 and it's there, there's only one 8 and it's there, means that all the other numbers in circles and all the other polyomino sizes that we have to deduce are between 3 and 7. So on this black dot, we must get a 4 there. And that's part of a 4-cell polyomino that we can't even begin to guess at the shape of it. Well, I mean, it either goes this way or this way. It can't go into that cell because that's got a different circle. Okay, what else can we actually do? Crikey. I mean, I can see why. Okay, this black dot, okay, that can't contain 2 or 4. I think it must be 3 and 6 as a pair. So that's something. This one, much harder to know anything about. However, what did I just say? Those circled cells have to contain 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7. Ah, actually, that's great. This has to be a 4. We know it can't be a 6 from that one. And 3, 5, and 7. Oh, well, 3 can't be on a black dot. Sorry, I forgot 3 for a moment, but it couldn't be on a black dot there because of the 6 again. So this isn't a 3, 6 pair. That must be 4. So 2 or 8 there. Yeah, we don't know which. Now this black dot doesn't have a 6 or a 4. That must be 1 and 2. And that means we now know this is 8. So that's not bad. This cell is obviously 3, 5, or 7. All the circles that we have to fill are between 3 and 7. Now, what should I be thinking about? Because I'm probably not. There must be something useful. Let's have a look at this black dot. Okay, it can't be 1, 2 because it would clash with that cell. It can't be 3, 6 because there's a 6 in the box. So it must include a 4. It's either 2, 4 or 4, 8. Is that the... No, the same's not necessarily true for this because it could be 3, 6. 4 there and 4 there and 4 there means one of these is a 4 by Sudoku. Crumbs, I don't know. It's okay. This black dot, can that be a 4? It would have to be a 2 here. But it could also be a 2, 1 pair, or 6 there and 3 there. Actually, no, it couldn't be that. That's quite amusing. It couldn't be a 6, 3 pair, because if 3 was there, it would force 4 here, and then there'd have to be a white dot. That would be a consecutive pair within the same polyomino. So it's not a 6, 3 pair. So therefore 2 is in it. But it could be 1, 2 or 2, 4. Yeah, that's a surprising conclusion. 6, 1, 2. Now this can't be a 3 because it's in the same polyomino as the 2. It's next to it. That would need a white dot as well. So that's 5, 7, or 9. It's not very helpful. Keep looking at this column with its 3 white dots. Now, yeah, there must be one even digit on each of these 2 white dots. But unfortunately 2, 3 is still a possibility. That 1, 2 hasn't ruled it out. So otherwise we could be very confident that they were 4 and something and 8 and something, but I cannot be confident about that yet. Oh, I don't know how to really get to grips with this. It's intriguing. Can't do much on the shapes at the moment, surely. I don't see how I can, even from this 4 which I've deduced in a circle, or that one. I don't see how I can really use them. Sorry, I'm being a bit slow here. That must be 3, 5 or 7 because it can see 6 and 4. 3, 5 or 7 is what I mean. That pair? Can this be 4, 2? It can't go 4, 2, 1 because 2 and 1 would be joined then. 2, 4, 1 though. Oh, then, yeah, whatever's here is adjacent to, oh no, it can't be a 5 here because it's next to a 6, but it could be a 3 because that wouldn't need a black dot when they share the polyomino. It's such a weird rule to get used to. Two dots in this 8 cage that don't involve the 8. They must involve, and they don't involve the 4, which is up here. So they do involve the 2 and the 6 because each white dot needs an even digit. I don't know quite what to do with that. I mean, they 2, 1, 3 and 6 going with 2 going with 1 or 3 and 6 going with 5 or 7 in little pairs. That one can't be a 7 because it's next to an 8 and there's no white dot. 4 is up here, yeah. But I don't know what number's missing from this 8-cell cage, so I don't see how I can actually use that. Oh, what if this involved a 2, then we'd have a 2 pair already in the row. Would that mean these had to be an 8, 4 and a 3, 6 pair? I don't know, and I don't know how to tell. I'm missing something very basic. I'm sorry, I don't know what it is. Sure I am. This is a pair without a 2. Oh, and this is 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7. Well, it can't be 5 or 7 on a black dot. So this is 3, 6 or 8 to go with whatever that is and not be a 2. If that was a 4, that puts a 4 here and a 2 here. Nothing wrong with that. Ooh, there's an interesting pattern of dots here. I just don't know how I can use them yet. 4, 8, 6, 1, 2. This column seems to be the most helpful to me so far, but I just don't know how to capitalize on it. Sorry folks, this is taking a while. If you're seeing something that I'm not, my apologies. Okay, again, this can, that's 3, 5, 6 or 7, but the white dot is fairly unrestricted. Actually, no, that may not be true. If this was a 3, this could in theory be a 4, but there's a 4 here, so it can't be. It could only be a 2 if that's a 1. If it's a 5, then it would be 3 and 6. If it's a 6, then it wouldn't work. You couldn't have a 5 or 7 on the dot, on the black dot. So 7 would have to put a 6 on here. So 3 would put a 2 on here. 5 or 7 would put a 6 on here. Then this becomes 1 or 3. So we've either got 3, 2, 1 or 5 or 7, 6, 3. So we've definitely used 3 there. That's not 3 now. That's not desperately helpful. 8 though. Where does 8 go in this box? Ah, got 8s there and there. 8 must go here. Oh, that's interesting. Right, so 8 can't go connect to 9 there, or it would have to connect back to 8. So 8, 7, 6. And now that has to be a 2. So this is a 3 and this is a 1. And now we have got something going. This now can't be 3 or 6. So that's 4, 8 there, 5 and 9 to go in there. Which wherever the 5 connects with the 6, they have to be in different polyominoes because of the rule. 8, 7, 4 takes 7 out of that, but nothing else. Oh, it takes 4 out of there, puts 4 in here, 2 in there. Now we've got 5, 6, 9, 2, 4, 8. This 1, 3 and 7 still to place. Now this can't be a 1, so it's 3 or 7. And those two must include the 1 down here. So now 1 is not in that pair. It's either 2, 3 or 5, 6. Progress comes in odd ways here. Now, 6 and 3 are both looking at that pair, so they're disambiguated. 2, 8, 4, 1. That. Oh no, all the possibilities for circle numbers are available. They're not for this though. That's 5. Can't be 3, 4, 6, 7 or 8. Right. Well, 8's not possible anyway. 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 are the possibilities. So that's a 5. I don't really know how to go about using the shapes yet, so I'm not trying at this point. Let's keep using the dots though. Now here there must be an even number on this, and 4, 6 and 8 are gone, as is 3, so that's a 1, 2 pair. 9 is on that. That's not 9. In fact, that's not 5 either, it's 7. This is a 3, 6 pair, including both the circle and this consecutive marker. Ah, no. Yes, this can't be 3 because 4 and 2 are the numbers gone already in the row. So that's 6 with a 7 here. 3 in the circle. That's 5 or 9. This is a 1, 4 pair. 5, 7 and 9 up here. Now obviously not 9 in the circle. What have we got? That is now 3 or 5. Oh, this one, 4, 8, 7, 6, 1, 2. We've got 3, 5 and 9 to place. Now these consecutives don't involve a 6. Oh, I knew that already. And they don't involve a 1, 2 pair, and I knew that already. Oh, that doesn't get them done. That's so irritating. Right. I wonder if I'm missing a negative constraint somewhere. Okay, 9 and 3 can't be in those cells. Only one of them can be in there. So this pair must involve either 9 or 3. But the 3 could be 3, 4 or 3, 2. So it's not actually all that helpful. That's 3, 5 or 6, which is not worth a lot at the moment. Oh, this is 5, 6 or 7, and it's next to a consecutive number, which is hardly constrained at all. So is this, although this could be 3 as well. Yeah, it's not in the shape. Ah, and that's next to another circle number, and on a dot, a black dot to 1 from there, so it can't be 5 or 7. So this is now either 6, 3, 2 or 8 based on the black dot. Can't be 3 based on the white dot. But all of those, no, 6 can't be up here either now. I didn't really narrow things down the way I needed. Or did it? I can't. 1 is in there somewhere, so 1 is in here. I do feel I'm just not asking the right questions at the moment. I'm sorry. Let's try and reset a bit and think about this maybe in a different way. Maybe I need to look at the shapes, but I've got so few shape cells. Ah, that 3 has to be in the same polyomino as a 2. So let's colour those. But I don't know. They can't join with the 1. That has to be in a different one, but they could join with either of those. No, that's not all that useful. 8 has to be in one of these 2 cells. Just by Sudoku. Ooh, if that was a 7, could it really be in a different region to the 8? I just don't know yet. I mean, maybe. It seems quite complicated to work out one way. Oh, this can't be a 2. Right. Sudoku, 2 and 2 there. This can't be a 2 because we've already had the unique smallest cage. So 2 is in these cells. So that's a 2, 3 pair. Now we have a 1, 7 pair. 2, 3 and 1 can come out of there. They definitely involve a 6. In fact, they make a 5, 6, 7 pair with that cell. So let's get 6 out of there, 5 out of there, and 7 out of there because of that 5, 6, 7 triple. Sorry if I called it a pair. 3 there, 2 there. This is 4. And suddenly we've got something going on now. That's 5 or 6. We've got a 9 to put in the end column somewhere. This 3 shape has to involve the 2, and it can't involve a circle. So we've done our first full shape. That must be looking like that. Oh, sorry, let's not use green because the contrast with yellow is poor. Let's do it in purple. Now, whether this is 5 or 6, I don't know, but it takes all of those cells. So there may be one more to go. It could be that one if this was 3. Oh, this cell now can't be a 7 because it would crash into that circle. So that's a 3. Actually, I knew that was a 3 because of that 1, 7 pair. Anyway, I found out another way. Now, that 3 must connect with this cell. but I don't know which other one yet. And this is a 5 or 7. But I don't quite know whether it could avoid crashing into the 8. Okay, that 3, what has that done for me? It's done several things. 2 there, 5 here. Now that's not a 5. 5, 3, 2, 8, 4. So I've got 1, 9, 6, and 7 to place. Ooh, what goes in here? Not 1, because that would make that 2 and make that impossible. So 6, 7, or 9. Oh, I've got 6 and 7 in the column. Bam! 9, 8, 4 on the black dot. That fixes the 4 above. I can't just write in an 8 there because of no black dot here, because they could be in the same shape. Actually, they're quite likely to be. So that's 2 or 8. Oh, but 4 connects to 3 here. And a 1 or 2 at the bottom, giving me a 1, 2 pair. Not a 1 or a 2. I've got a 2 there. Great. 1 there. 2, 1, 2, 1. The whole of box 1 is done. Apart, of course, from doing the polyominoes, which I'm nowhere near doing yet. 4, 8, 2. So I've got 1, 6, and 7 left to place. No, I don't know about that. I was thinking maybe not a 6 because there's no black dot, but within the same shape, that doesn't matter. That's not a 3. Oh, look, it's not a 5 either. That's a 9 with 3 down here. This can't be 5 or 8. It's a 6, 7 pair. 2, 5, 8 triple. Which I can't resolve. 4, 8, 2, 3. I mean, it's intriguing how this rule set works. Really interesting puzzle. Now that 5, 6, 7 triple in column 6 leaves me with, this has to be where the 4 goes in the column. And I've got 1 and 9 as a pair. In fact, I can fill them in. Thanks to that. 9. So this is consecutive to 3 or 5. If it's consecutive to 3, it would have to be a 2. Can't be consecutive to 5 because 4 or 6 can't go in there. But it could be consecutive to 6 with a 5 or a 7. This sees so many cells in its row and column that it is 1 or 5. Yeah, I almost know what that is, but not quite now. 7, 9, 4, 1, 2. Oh, it's decent progress now. Still don't know whether that's 5 or 6. That would be very useful to know. Now, I thought I could do something there. In fact, 1 by Sudoku. This has to be a 1. Yes, thanks to these positioned 1s. And that has to be... Oh yeah, sorry, the 1s are all sorted and I just didn't know. That's embarrassing. They're done now. 5 or 6 there. The 9 in column 6 has to be there in the polyomino with the 3. This has to be a 3 by Sudoku now. So now I know that's a 2. 5, 6, or 8 there. 9, 1, 2, 4, 3. So 5, 6, 7, or 8 here. But there must be a problem with 7 and consecutives. Now, yeah, whatever that... Oh no, it could be a 5, couldn't it? But whether it's a 5 or a 7 here, the shape must run into the cell above it. So that can't be the 6. And that means I know where 6 goes in this row. 6 goes there. That can't be a 6 now. I just don't know what shape that one's in, whether it's in this purple 3 or this. It could be a blue 6. No, it can't, because I've now got a 6 there. So it's a 5. So blue is finished. That now has to join up to the purple shape. So the 3 shape is finished. Now, whether this is... Okay, the reason this can't be 7 now is because it would have to connect to an 8 in those 3 cells. So that must be 5, and they would need a white dot then. So let's take out the pencil marks. In fact, no, let's forget the pencil marks. We can complete the triple. 8, 7, 5, 5 there, 8 there, 2 there, 7 here, 5, 8 and 9 to go. 5 or 8 there, 5, 8, 9 there. Now let's have another look at these shapes, and that's a 5 shape now. Something I've been thinking about since the start is adding up all the circles. Since we know that every cell is in a polyomino, every polyomino has a circle showing its size, I think the circles must add up to 81. So 12, 18, 23, leave that for a bit, 26, 30, 34, 37, 39, leave that one as well, 47, 50, 54, 59, 62, 70, 75. I counted that 8, didn't I? Did I? I don't know. Let's try again. 4, 5, 12, 18, 21, 23 rather. Do the maths. 26, 30, 33, 37, 39, 43, 46, 51, 54, 62, 67. To get up to 81, I need 14 more. I did it right this time. I've got these 2 cells. They both have to be 7s to get that to 14. So that is probably going to be useful in finishing the grid of numbers. It's not, because I've got a deadly pattern of 5s and 9s there. That is most unexpected. Anyway, let's just carry on with what we've got. 6, 1, 3, that can't be 6, so it's 9. That's the 6. 6 is not there. 7 is not there. So this needs, 6 and 5. I could have done that from the column. That's an 8, 9 pair, so that is 5, 8 there, 7 here, 6 there. This 9, 8 pair is actually resolved. And here we go. So that's the grid full of numbers, apart from the deadly pattern, that I presume is going to get resolved by the shape filling in, which is a very clever way of ending this, assuming we can do it. So what shapes have we now got? We're going to have to use this rule, I think. So let's start colouring that one, because those 3 are definitely in the same part of the 5-cell region. Maybe obviously it's going to be important that shapes cannot have repeated digits. So for instance, 7947 round there is not possible. Sorry, I'm not certain what the best way of going about identifying these shapes is. So 4, 8, we can't have consecutives within shapes except where there's a white dot. So that 8, 7, 6 is not part of this 7 shape, because you'd have 2 7s in it. I think it must be part of this 4 shape then. Good grief. Okay, so this blue finishes off there, and that does not resolve the 5, 9 pair. The 8 doesn't even resolve it because they're in different boxes. Right, now the oh, this shape here, well, it has to curl round here to let this shape out, whatever that is. And that can't be part of the 3 because it would be 4 cells. So it's got to go up to the 7. So it's at least those 6 cells. Sorry about, let's make them grey instead, sorry. And what do they connect with? It can't be another one of these, so it's either the 5 or the 9. Oh, so this might be how we... Well, no, I don't know which. Okay, let's just carry on getting as many shapes as we can. So this 3 obviously connects to the 2. Might well be to this shape as well. Not sure about that. This 4, I keep looking at this and not having any idea where it goes after picking up the 8. I guess it's quite difficult to get all these cells in here into shapes. That might be the way forward. No, I can see ways of doing it. What am I missing here then? They're in different shapes, they're in different shapes, but how am I meant to use that? 3 and 6 must be in the same shape because there's no black dot. But, oh, and the 6 is connected to the 7. So that's a shape. Right. Yeah, that must be right. So this 7 is part of this huge 5824761. That is 7 cells. Now the 4, it can't take this cell because that would block the 5 from getting out. So the 4 is those ones. The 5 can't have the 5 in it, so it's like that. The 4 here has to let the 3 out, so it has to come down here. Let's make that grey. The 3 is in that shape. Now we've got a 5 and oh, we had one more cell to put in the grey. Well, it's got to be there. The 4 could be across the top, and the 5, yes, since these always have to be in different shapes, it's got to be like that. We'll put a 4 there and a 5 there, and that is the colouring. And now how do we know whether this is 5 or 9? Well, it can't be, it's got to be a consecutive, a repeated digit. Okay, that 5 can't repeat there. Sorry, I was looking for the consecutives or the power of 2, which couldn't apply with 9s and 5s. So there we go. That is the solution to this rather brilliant puzzle. It's taken a while. It wasn't trivial. Sorry if the colours don't suit your taste, but I can see the differences, and that's a relief to me. Absolutely clever. Let's just click the tick. Yeah, okay, we're okay there. Well done, Zeta Math. That really is an interesting puzzle and a delight to feature on the channel. Well done if you did that yourself. Well done if you did it quicker than me. Possibly those restrictions came a little more straightforwardly to you. Intriguing puzzle. Thanks very much for watching. As always, more fascinating content to come in the future days, and see you soon on Cracking the Cryptic. Congratulations to the puzzle solvers of Groundhog Day who are about to come up in the final credits. Bye for now.